Hey guys, and welcome to another Tries video. This time, this game was recommended by Cousin Mike, who has been... Let me just turn my headset down because this is deafening. Yeah, so, anyway, Cousin Mike. Me and him have been talking about lots of old MegaDrive games in the comments, and it's been pretty good. Now, this is a game that he recommended, and I've never actually heard of this game before. It's called Starflight for the original... I say the original MegaDrive, but for the MegaDrive. And, well, it's quite the thing, and it sounds like it was pretty complex and incredibly ambitious for the time. So what is it? Well, Starflight originally came out in 1986 for IBM compatibles, and it was a fully explorable space adventure game. Think Mass Effect, but more open, and Starfield. Games like that, or you could even think, I suppose, of the upcoming Star Citizen, whenever that actually, arrives. I checked my pledge, and apparently I pledged 12 years ago. Still don't have a game yet, but, one day before I die would be nice. And Elite Dangerous, that kind of thing. So, apparently what happened in 1991, they released what I guess you would call a HD remake for the MegaDrive in 1991. Because if you go back and look at the original Starflight, the original IBM compatible version, well, you can see a bit of a demo there. It doesn't look like that. It looks very, very basic, even by the MegaDrive standards. So, it's one of those games where it's just going to continuously loop, isn't it? It's one of those games where you really do want the manual. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I do not have the manual. I have found a guide, a rough guide, which explains some of the basics. However, we're probably not going to lean too far into that for the purpose of this video. We're just going to explore it. So, Starflight is a space exploration, combat, and trading role-playing game created by Binary Systems and published by Electronic Arts in 1986. Originally developed for IBM-compatible computers, it was later ported to platforms like the Amiga, Atari ST, Macintosh, Commodore 64, and then a fully revamped version of the game was released for the Sega Genesis in 1991. So, settings and gameplay. The game is set in the year 4220 and puts players in the role of a starship captain. Players explore a vast galaxy, discovering planets, interacting with alien species, and uncovering ancient mysteries. The gameplay involves space travel, resource management, combat, and diplomacy. Starflight was ambitious for its time, offering an expansive universe to explore and a rich narrative. It allowed players to customize their starship, recruit new crew members, and engage in real-time space battles. The game's blend of exploration, trading, and combat made it a unique experience on the Sega Genesis. And then finally we get to Legacy. Well, while not as well known as some other titles, Starflight remains a cult classic amongst fans of space exploration games. Its influence can be seen in later games like Mass Effect and No Man's Sky. So, from what I can understand, there is tons and tons and tons and tons of planets to explore in this game. In fact, one of the articles that I did find online mentioned that the developers themselves never even explored all of the planets that are in this game, because there's a lot. So anyway, with our trusty 8-bit do M30 in hand, let us explore. So, we've got to name our captain, so we're not going to be called... hang on, how do we go back? Okay. There we go. Oh god, look at this. It's 42nd century technology that we've got going on here. Isn't it wonderful? So Captain Titan. Okay, B, we're done. So we start off here. I'm not 100% sure where we are. I think this is a... Oh. Intersil. Operations. Bon voyage. Okay. Bon voyage. You are about to embark on your first mission. In your bank account, you will find the amount of 50,000 monetary units. MU. Okay. This money is to be spent training your crew, configuring your ship, and purchasing any necessary materials. Of course, you may wish to leave some portion of this in the bank. At this stage of the operation, our primary goal is to gather information. Consequently, your objectives are to seek out and explore strange new worlds, and to boldly go where no man has gone before. I wonder where they got that from. Establish contact with any sentience, capture and bring back non-sentient life forms. Record alien life form data, bring back alien artifacts. Bring back any valuable minerals, including endurium. Keep from getting brutally killed. Well, you know, we'll give it a go. We have little information to offer concerning what you might find. We suggest, however, that you avoid the area of space around the coordinates 13584, since that is where we lost contact with 2 of our earlier ships. Scout reports indicate a high density of minerals in the mountain regions of the innermost planets of our system. Furthermore, we have found information that leads us to believe that there may be some ruins of the old empire. Oh yes. Do go on. At coordinates 17NX162E on the second planet of the neighboring K-class system. We have also received some indication of alien activity in the system 17594. Good luck and a safe return. So I'm guessing we probably should be writing that stuff down, but I think for the interest of this game, we're not going to bother. So yes, 2,000 plus years into the future. Now we do have to hire a crew, and there are multiple species that we can hire, and we also have to train the crew, and each different species has different skills, can learn different things. There's a lot to this game, guys. Like, it's kind of insane, actually. So let's have another character here. I think this is how we create characters. I'm not 100% sure. Right, so we pick their name, so we just put something random in. And B is done. Okay, so we can choose human, Velox, Thorin, Elduan, or an android. Now, from what I've quickly skimmed through the guide, androids aren't recommended for the long term, because androids are fairly skilled, but they cannot learn. So, you know, let's get another human on board, and that will tell us their race, their durability, their learn rate, which is 9. Humans have the second highest learn rate, I believe. There we go. Okay, so we can assign them, I think. So we can have, so these are the crew members we need. We have science officer, navigator, engineer, communications, and a doctor. We'll have a science officer. There we go. So I guess we have to create another, hang on, why is she not, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to create another 4 people. So bear with me, I shall do that, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so now we have assembled our motley crew. We have Faith, who is a human. We have, what else have we got here? We've got Chris, who is a reptilian. We have Jimmy, who is Elawan, Yeah, one of them. We have Reva, who is a Velarox. And we have Mike, who is another L1. So, let's have a look. So, if we have a look, if we try training, I guess. Okay, so you can actually train individual areas. That's interesting. You can see humans are kind of like jack of all trades, master of none. So, we'll give Faith a... Oh, we'll push her up to 100. Sure. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Anyway, let's move on to Chris. Chris is good at communication. So, let's train him a little bit more on communication. Like so. I'm not sure how important like training anybody is. Like, are we just throwing our money away? I don't have a clue, man. So let's assign Chris to communications. Where's Chris? There we go. Now, next we have Jimmy. Now, Jimmy, they're good at medicine, so let's train them with a little bit of medicine. Oh, so they go up in complete increments of 10, which is interesting. Oh, they're a plant. Okay. Tree people, I guess. Sure. So, in that case, we can assign them to be the doctor. There we go. And now we just need a navigator and an engineer. So, next we've got Reva. Like so. Now, okay. So, previous. So, Reeve can be the engineer. So, let's give him some engineering training. Like so. And then assign Reva to be the engineer. And then we just need Mike. Oh, Mike's already pretty good navigator. Alright. Although his skills... See, this is where it pays to know the... I guess it's done on the learn rate, I suppose. Yeah, so this is where it pays to kind of understand the different races. I want Reva to be No, hang on. Yep, no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. Right, there's a lot to take in with this game, but it's not actually that bad so far. Next, let's assign... The buttons don't always work how you would imagine, but maybe that's just me. So Mike, let's train Mike up because we need navigation, I believe. Let's get some navigation. Yeah, because Mike's learn rate is 10, I'm assuming that's why he's going up in perfect increments of 10. Which, you know, makes sense. So I guess every training cycle costs the same amount. You just get more out of it. So let's make sure... Does it tell you where they're assigned? It doesn't. I guess we have to go into the assign. Okay. So, and then we shall assign Mike. So everybody should be in the right place. Cool. So, and then we just push C to go back. So now we have this spanner. Right, okay, so this is ship construction. So I've got one cargo pod. We've only got class 1... Oh, right, so we've got class 1 engines. We've got 0 shields, 0 armor, and 0 weapons. And we've got 110 ton ship, acceleration 4. And we have the Endurium, which we have 20 meters of that. So I'm guessing that is our just basic ordinary ship. And then we have a TV. Now the TV is our little vehicle that we explore the planets with. And this we can actually upgrade as well. And this is what will extract minerals and things from the planet. And that is how we're going to generate money to start off with. So from what I can understand, you want the pontoons. This is very much drummed into you in the guide, because apparently if you don't get the pontoons, if you accidentally go into water, game over, man. Game over. So we're going to have that for now. What else can we buy? Oh, it actually changes the look of the little thing as well. Extra cargo might not be a bad idea. Wide angle stunner. I'm not sure what any of this stuff does. It'd probably be a good idea to actually, you know, have a manual here, but whatever. Let's go for extra cargo, because sure, why not? Maybe ice runners, because they're cheap, and snow treads. All of that stuff is pretty cheap. Heavy armor might be a good idea. Can't really afford anything else. Yeah, that thing's looking pretty fierce right now. So we can buy engines. Apparently we can't buy engines. Okay, we can buy shields. Here we go. Wonder why we can't buy engines. So we can get all the different classes. So class 5 is top. Good to know. And even armor goes in class 5. Weapons, oh good lord. So we can have pulse cannons, tri-cannons, buzz bombs, fusion blasters, photon torpedoes. Jesus Christ, look how much this stuff costs. Good lord. Phasers, Spock be praised. Right, okay, well let's back out for now. So that's our crew. That's to upgrade our ship. That seems to be just our logs of what's going on. Yeah, so this is the company that we work for. And I guess this is back to our ship. Or maybe that's back to our ship. What does this do? This is how we buy and sell things. Gotcha. Okay, so we only have 3 buttons to work with here, but it works fine, actually. So, report to ship Oh, right. We have to name our ship. Alright. So, can't even launch. So at least the good news is we have a brand new ship. So we need to name our ship. Okay, after some time later, we're going to call it the Typhoon. I did try a few other different names and things, but that's the max amount of characters you can have. So that's fine. Can we actually launch? Oh, it's the ISS Typhoon. Okay. Now let's see if we can actually launch this bass, shall we? Now I don't know if your crew will skill up and things like that through just work. Doing their jobs, I'm not sure. Okay, so this is the airlock. Right, so we've got to push A to go through the airlock. We didn't just jump out into space, did we? Well, that's no good. Right, so we have a small amount of fuel, and we can see the planets in our little map there. Now, next question. Oh, so we can save the game. That's cute. How? Okay, so A turns off the afterburners, or the engines. Oh, I see. So, how do we break orbit, I wonder? Okay, so we kind of have to slingshot ourselves off planets. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's really cool. So, okay, so once we kind of drift ourselves around a planet, that's... Okay, that's really interesting mechanics for such an old game. I'm on board. So, if we push C, we can go to our science officer. And I guess we push A. Let's go for sensors. Okay, so that's how big it is. It has 0 bio, I guess, and minimum of 90, whatever that means. Okay, so it does have minerals, which is good. What else can the science officer tell us? What's the analysis? Analysis of last reading. Okay. Gravity is 0.3. Very thin. Nah. Temperature Inferno to Inferno. That's probably not good. Let's bug out of here. Because I'm going to say we probably don't want to be on this planet. Now, how do we break orbit again? There's quite the gravity field on this one. We've really got to kind of push off. Oh, okay. We have to push A to... That's fine. Just quiet in the back. Alright, well, maybe that's why that's a red planet. Let's have a look at this one. This looks like an ice planet. Let's go. Sensors. So it's a bigger planet. Okay. I mean, there's some words. I'm sure all of that means stuff. Let's... Ooh, artifacts. We have no artifacts. So I guess that's... Ooh, dear. Artifacts that we can use. Can we... Thank you. Orbit. Navigator. What can the navigator do? Land, star map, raise shields, arm weapons. Okay. Come on. Right. Engineer. Can cargo or repair. Okay. Communications. I guess that's for talking to people. Hail or distress. Doctor. We can treat. Okay. Right. Well, let's land, I guess. There we go. Let's establish navigator land. Ah, whoa, dude. Yeah, we can actually we can choose where to land on these planets as well. Like, this is kind of insane when you think about it. You know, this is a freaking MegaDrive in 1991. We want to go high altitude. Apparently, didn't we see somewhere earlier? It mentioned that high altitude had the what? Whoa! Mike takes damage. What are you doing, Mike? No, that was rough. Mike, you idiot. Okay, so yeah, apparently the higher you are, the more minerals, I guess. Ooh, yeah, so we can actually fly around. It does cost fuel, but we can move the ship around when we're on the planet's surface. So we can disembark. How do we... Right, let's disembark. And there we go. We're in our little doodad now. Oh, we got different weather. Different weather happening. Like, we're getting blown around. So we can do a mineral scan. Doesn't look like there's any minerals around here. That's unfortunate. Ooh, we got weapons. Good to know. Let's check the map out. Alright, well, I'm not seeing much going on in here. Let's embark back on the ship. And let's find another place to land. Now, let's disembark. And let's get another mineral scan going. Yeah, this doesn't look like a great place. That also doesn't sound good. Let's possibly get out of here. Right, how do we... Ah, I see. Engine system has malfunctioned. Well, that's not great. Okay, so engineering. Can we repair the engine? Okay. Does that just take time? Because we have no power. Okay. We have absolutely no power on this thing at all. I'm guessing... Yep, we're not going anywhere. This is bad. And bearing in mind that... Ah, right, okay. So it is going up. it's just taking a while. So we're just going to sit here and float around in space for a while and just panic because Mike decided to just hard drop us onto a planet and smash the engines. I mean, at least he smashed the engines, right? Not the hull or the thing that generates the air, the oxygen scrubbers. Could have been worse, I guess. But come on, Mike. Don't make me take you back to the training area. Right, okay. How are we doing? 66. Okay, do we have to keep repairing? I'm not really sure how this works. Are we good? Okay, we're nearly on 70. Nearly on 70. So our cargo is pretty empty as well. Okay. Maybe we just need to... Do we have to stay here on this screen or... I don't really understand how this repair works. But one thing's for sure. We're not going anywhere. Right, so that's Endurium. That's all we have on board. So the repairs are creeping up slowly. Okay, so I'm not sure what sort of level we have to get our engines to before they're okay. But we are approaching half an hour here, so I'm going to leave this one. This game is intense, and I didn't ever expect anything like this on the MegaDrive. This is incredibly impressive, and I would... Man, if I had this as a kid, this would have blown my mind. I think I would have lost God knows how many hours, because space simulation games back when I was younger, they were my jam, and I was very dissatisfied to see the space genre kind of fade away as we got older. You know, when I was a kid, I always imagined how awesome space games were going to be when I grew up. And, you know, in the late 90s and the early 2000s, we had some really good stuff. And then the genre kind of just fizzled out, which is sad. But it was okay because back in what? I think it was 2010, Chris Roberts came back and said he was creating a new game, a massive game called Star Citizen, which I pledged and I paid for 12 years ago. Maybe we should take a look at that. Yes. Yeah, maybe we'll take a look at Star Citizen next week. I'm going to be honest, I haven't actually played it for about, 3 years. And the last time I played it, it was a bag of shit. So it's probably going to be a bag of shit. But not this game. This game was great. And I wouldn't mind to spend a little bit more time. Maybe watch a LP of this game to get some idea of what to actually do. But man, crazy stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. And as always, till next time.